Hello. So I've been failing interviews back to back, uh, Kubernetes interviews specifically, and I think the reason is that I do not have enough production experience. And whenever I search Google to get real production incidents, real production debugging scenarios, I don't really get a good deal of information from there. So most of the articles are just um, highly search optimized articles. They provide just surface level information and not really go deep into uh, these topics. So what I actually want is articles that are written by real engineers, not just tech writers. But on Google, most of the time, all you get is either tech writers articles, or there would be a Medium page behind a paywall, or Reddit is good, but I don't know, like uh, I'm not really sure about Reddit either, because people don't really explain their in depth. They just they just they just talk a little, like, oh, this happened at my organization, and it's not really detailed. And yeah, there uh, could be some YouTube videos as well that appear when you search for things like production issues, and also those don't go in depth. Those are just um, written by some uh, YouTube content creators, and yeah, they just touch upon the surface. So that's not at all what I want. I want real first-hand uh, engineering content, and Google clearly fails in that. So we are going to build something that is going to do all the search on behalf of us and filter through the results and hopefully give us something better. I'm not sure if we can even build something like this, but yeah, we're definitely going to try. There are actually two outcomes. So first is Google is actually bad and is not showing me what I want, and other thing is engineers are not actually writing, and the content that I'm looking for does not exist. So whatever the case, we will get to bottom of it. This is going to be a long stream, so let's go. um, cool. I've named it search pipeline for now. And have you guys heard of Na10? I am going to make heavy use of Na10 here. I haven't actually used it um, earlier. Like, this is my first time I'm trying to use it, and I don't really know what it is and what it will do, but I have a feeling that um, it will work for me, because it will orchestrate things. So like it can do uh, Google search, it can do Reddit search, it can do GitHub search, and get the results from all of those, and then run some custom logic that we can write in Python or something to filter out from those. It could also, as you can see here, we can also feed the results to some AI to rank the results and filter them in a better way. So let's see how it will go. Cool. uh, yeah. So I've been doing some chatting with ChatGPT about this, and yeah, mm, let's do some more chatting and figure out what we actually want to build and how we're going to build it. So I'll open a new chat and also create a project. Just feed it here, and let's do system design first. Let's brainstorm how we do this. Also, I was thinking maybe we use Maven for orchestration. Hopefully, that will save us some effort. Right. So this is good enough, right? We have some sources. Um, we will gather from those sources, and then ingestion will happen. We will have a program that will ingest all of the source content, and then content extraction, content deduplication, classification, signal scoring, indexing. Cool. Looks great and a lot complicated actually. Should we start writing stuff down here? Sources. Um, most of the time, sources can include things like I don't know, like maybe let's start really simple. Let's have Google as a source, right? Um, um, and then ingestion. So what I'm thinking is, do we really have to like have this ingestion as a separate thing? I mean, the thing that is going to process the data is also ingesting the data, right? Are we doing any additional process here? So, well, it's okay. Let's just write keywords at the moment, and we'll figure out as we go along, as we go. So ingestion, and then what do we have? Extraction, and then of course deduplicate. So it actually, I could just write down things as it is without using much of my brain here. extraction and deduplication, classification, signal scoring, indexing,
Due to prolonged non-use, your
okay, better now. Will I, okay, let's keep it there. Sources, ingestion, extraction, deduplication, classification, and scoring. Let's see, scoring, indexing. Not really sure what indexing means here, but maybe that's why I'm failing interviews. And then cool. Um, indexing, feed search. So let's just you know, we want to save this data, right? Save data, right? Save results. Cool. So sources, where we get our organic content. Instead of starting with Google, we built our own curated source graph. Non-engineering blogs, personal blogs, this is actually crazy. Community surfaces, structured postmortem sources, scoring. This product lives or dies by ranking. We need a signal score. Okay. I think we should define the scope here, because I think it's uh, like I'm feeling that this is getting a little complicated right now. Instead of starting, sure, like generating an index of blogs could be huge and could take time. Not really sure how I'm gonna do that, but let's see. Incident.io. Seems interesting, right? Okay. What an 8n should do? It should be it's good for orchestration, because I think that's what it's meant to be used for, because it has native schedule triggers, RSS triggers, HTTP requests, and queue mode scaling with Redis workers. RSS feed trigger can start workflows when a new feed item. Cool. So we should use n8n for poll RSS feeds, poll Hacker News API, poll Reddit. Great. If it can do all of those things out of the box, that's super great. Crawl non-source lists, trigger our scoring API, send daily digest to Telegram, Slack, email, retry failed jobs. Makes sense, makes sense. Cool. So this is what we have at this moment, right? N8n is basically our source, and then it's gonna give all that data to something that we will make, and that will do the scoring and all of that. You could avoid front end initially and just deliver a daily digest. The most important part, scoring. The product lives or dies by ranking. We need a signal score, first hand score, technical depth score, production specificity score, specificity score, incident. Yeah, basically we will have a score. Positive signals, yeah. Negative signals, got it. It's like collecting flags, green flags, red flags. Content classification, every discovered article should get labels like okay, labeling articles. Ingestion flow in detail, one n8n workflow could be schedule trigger every 6 hours, fetch source for each source, and URL to ingestion API. Ingestion API scopes candidate URLs. Another workflow every 1 hour. We probably don't need this. We just need maybe one really long, because time is not an issue for me, so I can have a process running for hours and get me what I want. I care about accuracy and something that can be run on a low end system. I should not be deploying CPUs or GPUs for this on the cloud. So something that requires less compute power and uh, but is accurate. So yeah, that's what we want, and we don't want it to go really fast, so we'll compensate slowness and CPU with time, because it's okay, we can wait, right? Ingestion flow in detail. All right. Backend services, source manager, keep tracks of sources, ingesture accepts URL and normalize them. Cool. Keep tracks of sources, ingester accepts URL and normalizes them. What do you mean by normalizing URLs? Canonical URL, domain, title. Okay, okay. Makes sense. Turns HTML into clean, readable content. Classifier, add labels. Okay. Ranker, search API. Let us search. Database design, sources, articles, article scores, article labels, article mentions. Postgres is enough. Later add embedding, vector search, deduplication. This is important because the same article may appear from use multiple level. So deduplication should be handled somewhere here, right? Okay. Search experience. The UI should not look like Google. It should. Okay. Initially, I would skip building a fancy front end. Sure, MVP version. Scheduling, RSS polling, HTTP API calls. I feel like maybe it's better to not use init. I'm not really sure though. Init and Postgres, fast API, LLM scoring, Telegram digest. Scheduling. Okay. RSS polling, HTTP API calls, sending alerts and digests, retries, simple workflow, visibility. Okay. Let's actually run init and we'll get a feel for what it can do maybe. search pipeline. So let's say we have n8 n to get us this let's move it, let's do it like that. N8 n and n8 and then feeds it to this, like a piece of software, I don't know, a Python script maybe, that will take whatever n8n is giving to it, and then we have extraction. Suppose at this point we have a URL for an article, so yeah, we definitely need this extraction part. This is going to extract the data for us. And at what point should we run deduplication? Should we just decide based on the URL? If the URL is matching, then how do we decide if it's a duplicate? Ingestion, extraction. Okay, So should at this point it goes to database, um, if I'm not wrong. Postgres, and extraction, deduplication, classification, right? So once we ingest it, ingestion part should it should actually see if that already exists in Postgres.